What happens to time when time's up? Time tells all things traveling, unraveling from atoms to galaxies, all things are gathering. When the chips all fall down, what's going to matter then? To you.
Let's kind of get into what is happening on the news as we now understand it to be. And you can't mention now the news without mentioning weather. And the things that are going on this planet is absolutely frightening, ridiculous. Nobody can understand it. Before we get into solutions, you must see problems. The problem right now is weather. We have tornadoes going just about everywhere and happening everywhere. We have thunderstorms everywhere. We have volcanic eruptions everywhere. We have tsunamis going on everywhere. We have what we call pollution that is now in the air, pollution that is now in the water, pollution with the foods, or what they call now genetically modified foods. And we're saying that all of these things are accidents, or they're saying, well, all of these things are acts of nature, or God brought it on. God didn't bring this on. Nature did not bring this on, unless it's an unnatural nature with some of our enemies and scientists who don't give a blank about you. We're simply finding out that what we're seeing now is a culmination, an awakening and culmination at the same time. It's ending one cycle that has gone on this planet and beginning a new cycle that is now beginning to happen on this planet. Most of you have noticed some things that are happening. First of all, the days are flying by. Time is speeding up. How many of you have noticed that? You're not imagining things. Time is speeding up. They're finding also that there seems to be longer days and nights, or you're really not sure what. You're seeing the moon out there bigger than you've seen it probably in I don't know how long.
That we can speak right into it. That's better. Yeah.
Okay.
Speak right into
You're seeing the moon out there now bigger than what they call a harvest moon, because the moon is changing. We now have, well, I don't want to get the explanation. Let me just go along with these things that people are saying, why is this happening again? You're finding also that the sky seems to be dull. Even though you're seeing a clear sky, it seems to get very hazy and powder blue suddenly again. You're finding again also that when you begin to make some telephone calls, they'll answer twice to you again. You can't get this dial when you get it, and then you dial it again and it goes through. That's not by accident either. When you're finding now the incident of prostate cancer is increasing, the incident of vaginitis in women is increasing. They're not telling you why. They're saying now that all kind of asthmatic conditions, you're getting also people allergic to almost everything, walking, talking, and moving, and allergies are growing. You don't understand why that is. All of these things are not by accident. There is a common denominator for all of this, but it is so way out, so different that nobody wants to believe it. So what we're going to do is not to break down each one of these things, but to look at an overall view which will explain almost all the things that you have seen. First of all, mankind on this planet can now make weather. I'll repeat that. Mankind on this planet can now make weather. Used to be, everybody talks about the weather, nobody does anything about it. They call it weather modification. It's been going on now for 40 years, and each year they're improving on their ability to micronize and to make weather, and usually they always make weather bad. For instance, if you could make a drought, and this is a place where you had floods, this would be good.
That's right.
If you had a floodplain and you could make a drought, this would be good. If you had cold weather that was killing people, and by getting a little warm, things could live, this would be good, and vice versa. They never send you what you think you want, they send you what they know you need.
What happens to time when time's up? Time tells all things traveling, unraveling from atoms to galaxies, all things are gathering. When the chips all fall down, what's going to matter then? To you. What happens to time when time's up? Time tells all things traveling, unraveling from atoms to galaxies, all things are gathering. When the chips all fall down, what's going to matter then?